Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a new reaction to Allinwithari. She recently found what I think is a homeless man and decided to use his story for clout and money. So what we're going to do is react to this, and I think my assumption is right. If it's not, then I will obviously correct myself. But based on the thumbnail, it looks like she is using this man's story for content. So we're going to see what she does in this video. It is 23 minutes. I am going to put it at 1.5 times speed just so that I don't keep you guys here all night. But if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, so FYI, this video has 1,000 likes to 810 dislikes, and we are back to using hashtag homeless, hashtag helping hands, hashtag kindness, hashtag God is good, hashtag love, and that is all that her description box has. So there's no information on how you can help the homeless in your area, or maybe some resources for people who are homeless and might come across this video, since she also tagged the location of California. My very, random opinion, just super early on, just seeing this, would be, how about links and resources that California residents can use if they find themselves in a tough spot, or if they are already in that tough spot and they are homeless? Link resources. If you're going to exploit something like being homeless, like in my opinion what she's doing, linking resources is key. The video has 19,000 views, and obviously if someone is a resident of California and they're homeless, they can obviously find resources themselves. But my point is, she's not only using this tag of homeless for her own financial gain, but she is also not even using her own story now. She's using someone else's. And based on the thumbnail, his image is not blurred. So right off the bat, you're not protecting his privacy. And before we get into the actual reaction, I just want to tell you guys, when I, at my last company, we used to do work at the local homeless shelter. And I remember the first time that I went there, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that we were going to be preparing lunch, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do, what I wasn't supposed to do. I was very ignorant to kind of their rules. The very first thing that they did was they took us into a small meeting room, sat us all down at the table, and very first thing, no recording our guests. No recording people who are here using our resources, because there's a stigma that comes along with being homeless, and I don't think anyone needs me to tell them that. But for some people it can be embarrassing. For some people it could be feeling like they're having judgment passed on them, and for a video to end up on social media would be the last thing that a lot of these people would want. They're just there to get some new clothing and get a warm meal. They do not need to be put on social media. I'm guessing the reason that that's the first thing that they told us is so that it would be the first thing in our minds. And it has stuck with me ever since that first day that I went there to work. And when you go afterwards, like, you don't get that first talk every time because they know that you've been there before. But it was very clear, black and white, no ifs, ands, or buts. And on top of it, when you're repaying your community by helping at a homeless shelter, or dropping things off, or spending time with other people trying to help them in whatever way you're trying to help them, most people aren't worried about their phones. Most people are not worried about let me make sure that I can get a photo of this. Let me make sure that I can get a little video of my good deed. And I understand that sometimes receipts or it didn't happen when you have no trust with your audience. But there's a way to share that you did this without showing his face on this thumbnail and what I assume is going to be all over this video as well. So I will read the text on her video in case you guys are listening only. It starts out with some sad piano music and it says, "I was driving when I saw this man's sign. I had cash on me, so I pulled over. He only had 2 bottles of water for both him and his dog. So I gave them the jug I had in my car. Without me asking, he offered to let me take a video/picture of his dog. What about of him?" Let's keep going. He's a proud owner with the lovey smile emoji. It seemed they'd both been through a lot. Now, if she's basing this off this dog's physical appearance, I will tell you guys that this dog looks fantastic to me. This dog looks happy. He looks like he's at a very healthy weight. His demeanor does not seem like he is scared or being mistreated or nervous around Ari, because she's the one who's taking this video. He doesn't seem skittish or overly protective based on this very short clip. So let's keep going. Luckily, someone brought them food shortly before I arrived. He was so thankful for the money. He said he's been wanting a coffee and a breakfast burrito from the stand down the road. And to be able to shower and wash his clothes. Seems like very normal requests from someone who is homeless. Let's keep going. But it costs money to do so at the campsite nearby. We sat and just talked for hours. He told me stories and we laughed a lot. He loved having company. The visit was over. I gave him a new pair of socks and a care package as well. So her version of a care package is what, a trial size or a small little travel size shampoo, a little bar of soap, a little thing of tissues, and some hand sanitizer.
I'm back, watermelons. Okay, so I went to Target and I officially got some stuff for little care packages that I want to go hand out to the homeless. As you can see, I got a big old thing of water right here. Target was surprisingly short on a lot of things, so Aquafina was like the only water they had left. This is what I got. I'll show you guys what I got. So I got Kleenex. I did get Ziploc bags to put everything in. These wet wipes are for me. They ran out. I got toothbrushes, toothpaste. I took all but one. I wiped them out. They didn't have all that many. I mean, they had a few, but not as many as I was hoping for. Some people are just gonna have to get extras of other things, I suppose, for now. But, so we've got those. Got little granola bars so they can have a snack. Wet ones. And we've got women's and men's deodorant. I couldn't find, like, I was either trying to find smaller ones like the men's or bigger ones like the women's, but this was like all they had, so I grabbed a bunch of those. So I'm gonna get started on making these little packages. You know, I didn't really do that great on the sizing. It's okay, we'll make it work. These are so cute. Yeah, I totally didn't get the right size bags, but
I guess you could categorize that as a care package, but with the amount of money that Ronnie has made off of YouTube, I would have something a little bit different in mind as a care package, but that's just me. He was more excited about the socks than anything. He said he was just thinking today how he wished he had some clean socks. I'm sure that he said that. He said, quote, "And now God brought me socks." So she's really pandering, obviously. If this is what he said, which let's just go off the storyline for now. She is automatically going to hone in on the fact that he brought up God, and she will use her little false sense of Christianity as a way to use him for content and keep him engaged in a conversation so that she can continue to use this for content. Again, we'll keep going, but Ronnie is one of those people who wants to act like a false prophet. And I'm sure y'all have gathered by now, I'm not a really religious person. It's just never been my thing. It's just not who I am. And I'm damn sure not going to come up here and act like I'm some kind of this, that, or ABC or whatever. I'm just not into it. I live by the golden rule. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a menace to society. Try to be a good person. Stand up for yourself. And last but definitely not least, never mistreat children, elders, or animals. And I think if you kind of stick by those, I think that, you'll have a pretty decent time in this life. But I cannot stand these false prophets. And that's one of the biggest issues that I have with Ari or Ronnie or whatever, is she strikes me as someone who is a false prophet and will use religion when it suits her. So I could see her hearing this and just like zeroing in on it like with like a laser beam. He also enjoys herb. So I gave him what I had to help him sleep through the night. Here's the thing. Doesn't she use her vape that has oil in it? Refresh my memory and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that she said that she uses a vape that has oil. Now, I know that technically you can vape herb dry. However, she's also specifically talked about the pods that she buys. And when you look those up, they're actually an oil. So it's not a dry herb vaporizer that she's using based on what my understanding is. So I find that really interesting. So either she didn't do this and she's saying it just to make herself sound like a good person, or she actually does have this and has been saying that she uses a vape with oil only for some other reason. Like, this is the thing, when you sprinkle out these half-truths onto your videos, people start to reconcile what you have been saying and doing, and questions like this come up. He couldn't believe that a total stranger was being so kind to him, because you gave him a very small amount of cash, some socks, and some weed, and a care package that really isn't worth a whole lot in my opinion. I don't know. This sounds a little bit fishy to me. Here's my whole thing. When you're and this is only based off of conversations that I have had with people that were currently homeless at that point in time. There are a lot of people that are willing to help homeless people. Now, someone like Ronnie comes on the scene and is just a walking red flag. But usually, based on what I've heard, and this is only based on a small handful of people that I have talked to personally, so it's the only thing that I am going to co-sign right now. There are a lot of homeless people that have received amazing help from people that are walking by, people that live in the area. So I don't know, a way to give yourself a gold star and make yourself feel way more important than you do or should. I don't believe that he said that, my opinion. He said up until this point, a lot of people haven't been so nice. Who's out here being mean to homeless people? That's what I want to know. Because, like I said, usually, I don't see... Now, don't get me wrong. I know that this can happen, and I don't want it to be ignorant to the scenario. But to put herself up on a pedestal and say that this guy is saying that other people haven't been so nice. To me, it just kind of sounds like she is trying to make herself sound like some kind of savior who just swooped in and saved this guy and was the nicest person ever. But after listening and hanging out, I told him he has a friend now. Okay. And I would be back the next day to check on them.
What you doing, watermelons? I am so excited right now because, okay, so, gosh, I don't even know where to start. Last night, I drove past this man that had a sign that just said hungry. And so I stopped. He had a dog. He was off the freeway. I'll go into more detail in like the next clip because I'm going to actually get footage of him. I got permission. He is totally cool with it. And his dog does like this cool trick. So yeah, you guys will get to see.
Footage to me makes it sound like she's capturing some kind of like extraterrestrial UFO that is flying around her house. To me, that doesn't sound like someone who is sharing this story from the core of their heart and wanting to platform this guy in order to share his story. To say that you got footage of someone, I don't know. To me, first of all, in the beginning of the video, she said that he was okay with her taking a photo or a video of his dog. So that also makes me wonder, did he even know that he was being filmed in these moments where he was having conversations with her? And I don't know, to say that you got footage when you're supposed to just care about homeless people so much and have so much compassion for them, when you align it with something and call it footage, to me it kind of sounds like she captured Beetlejuice and is going to share the footage with YouTube. It's very off-putting.
That as well. Sweet man. I hung out with him last night. So you'll see, last night, it was Friday. So Friday night, I hung out with him for 3 hours, 3 full hours. If anything, maybe just a little bit longer. Till 10 o'clock last night, sitting on the freeway. I was just sitting on the ground and we were just having a conversation. We were talking, we were hanging out. And he, not on drugs, not on alcohol. He is 70 years old.
And what is this like automatically aligning someone being homeless with being on drugs or having an alcohol problem? I don't like that. I don't like this stigma that, oh, if this person is homeless, if I'm going to help them, let me clarify that they're not on drugs. Like, first of all, the disease of addiction, I've talked about a few times in other videos. It is just such a gut-wrenching thing to witness, especially if you witness it in real life. But why clarify that? Like, I don't know, unless more people are out here passing judgment than I have a clue about. Nobody needs your clarification, and nobody needs your white savior complex either.
And one of the most awesome people I have ever met. So I am actually going to go back and check on him. I told him that I would. He was off the free.
You spent 3 hours with someone and they're one of the most awesome people that you have ever met in your life. That's kind of interesting considering that she has a child and, you know, I don't know, one of the most awesome people I've ever met in my life would be my dad. Yeah, he's family, but let's actually talk about people that you really spent time with and you know. Now, I'm not saying anything about this guy, but he could be plotting to murder her. Like, I don't know, no, this doesn't feel right already.
I offered to help him carry his stuff to a safer location, but he was already set up and he wasn't wanting to move because it was so late. And he said, you know, if I have to move, the cops will just make me. So I was like, okay, well, I will definitely be back tomorrow to check on you. And
if the cops are going to make him move, to me, based on that first clip, he looked like he was rather settled in that place. I don't know. Usually if cops are asking homeless people to move, it's if they're blocking an entrance or sleeping somewhere where literally it's private property. And I know that they will also mess with homeless people for other situations as well. But I don't know. To me, it looked like he was settled in that area that he was. And yeah.
He doesn't really know this, but I'm bringing him some stuff. Yesterday, I did give him a pair of socks, just some socks that I had in here. They were brand new. I bought myself some like thicker, bigger socks just because I wear boots all the time and I needed some. It's starting to get a little cooler. And so I had an extra pair that I gave him. And I was like, I know they're women.
oh, she gave the socks to this guy, she gave that crusty blanket to the other lady in the middle of a heat wave. She just comes off as so disingenuous. And I really don't like that she's using his face, his story, his information for her own monetary gain when she has already made so much off of just the name homeless. Just that those characters of that word. I think this would be a little bit of a different situation if she hadn't already exploited homelessness, and kind of quote invisible people and all this stuff that we've already talked about. This might have been received a little bit differently, but I still don't like that in the beginning of the video she made it very clear that he gave his consent to have a video of his dog taken, and now she has just blasted all of this all over YouTube. Most people that do good deeds in life are not using it for content, and when I see someone so quickly take something like this and turn it into monetized content for YouTube or TikTok, I raise my eyebrow at it, because if you truly care and you truly care about these invisible people and all of this kind of stuff, you would not be so quick to blast him on your social media, because you're taking his privacy away.
They don't look like women's, they look like unisex really, but I was like, I hope they fit, but it's all I have. He's like, I'll make them fit. So I felt bad. So I went ahead and I got him some socks. They're thick, they're long, they're gonna hopefully keep him warm at night. I got him some granola bars. Now his dog, Jojo, what's funny, he said that he only will eat oatmeal. He will not eat dog food. He won't eat anything else. He'll only eat oatmeal. So I got him a bag of oatmeal and a dog bone.
Now listen here. We have to talk about this, because I am not a veterinarian, I'm not a dog nutritionist, but I have literally, I do not believe that a dog only eats oatmeal. I call bullshit. I call complete bullshit on this entire story. And I don't think that his dog only eats oatmeal. I think that this was something, if he did say that, maybe it was his way of asking for food for himself. But let's be honest, if he's had this dog for a while, which it looks like he has, a dog is not going to survive and look as healthy as that dog does eating oatmeal. Like, do you actually think that people are that stupid?
I mean, he's a pup. He needs a dog bone. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. All right. So here we go again. Not a veterinarian, but 95% of people know that rawhide is terrible for dogs. Now, she wanted to do, oh, he's got to have a bone. If you want to do that, how about get the dog something that will not potentially kill him? Rawhide can really create obstructions for dogs. They're very dangerous, and I don't know. I feel like most people know that, but let's be honest. Like, my God, she's literally exploiting this man's story for her own financial gain, and you want to come out of the woodwork and spend $15 on this, quote, amazing care package. And she's probably going to make 19,000 views. She could probably make close to $500 on this video, if not up to 1,000, easily. And you want to come out here and act all proud that this is what you provided him?
And some bath wipes. Now, these are pretty awesome. I just get these at the 99-cent store, but they're really good because I myself use these in between showers. Now, it's not feasible to shower every single day when you live in your car. I don't go to the gym every single day. And so in between showers, I will wipe myself down with these bath wipes. And they're really nice. They keep me clean, feeling clean, refreshed. And he did tell me that it had been a while since he showered, so I'm going to give him a couple packets of these, and hopefully that'll make him feel a little better until he's able to get to an area where he's able to shower. And also, he does smoke pot a little bit, just like whenever it's given to him. And he said last night that he did have some herb. He asked if I had a pipe on me that he could use to maybe smoke it, and I didn't. I don't carry a pipe on me. But I did have half of a XL blunt that I've had for, I don't know, maybe a month or so. I've had it in my car. It's been in like this glass tube. It's not totally fresh, but it's not completely dried out either. And I gave it to him and he smoked it. He loved it. But since he does have his own herb, I went ahead and got him, it's wrapped up, but I got him a little pipe so he could smoke it.
So cringy how she says herb. He has his own herb. I don't know. I mean, that, I get that that's petty, but to me that's just like super cringy. All right, you don't get a Nobel Peace Prize for giving the guy some weed. Like, get over yourself. Step down off the pedestal. Stop exploiting this man for your own views. She is using him to revive her dying YouTube channel. And she is expecting that this stupid care package that she put together for him is going to get her some kind of white savior gold star sticker. And it's just not how it works. People can see right through her, and they can see why she put this video up at this point in time.
I know I'm going to get hate for this. I know I'm going to get a lot of ugly comments. I don't care. I don't see anything wrong with herb. If that's something that you feel like helps you, then all the power to you. There's nothing wrong with it. And if it's going to help him take the edge off of his circumstances, then hey.
Here's an idea. If you really wanted to help this guy, instead of getting granola and some weed and a very dangerous rawhide bone for his dog, why didn't you go ahead and put him up in a hotel for a few nights? Because when I think of having the money to actually be able to help someone who is homeless, especially if they're, dealing with weather or, they're just tired, put them up in a hotel for a few days. How about that? With all the money that she has made off of grifting, that would have been a great video. He still doesn't need his face blasted all over her YouTube channel. But why not just go ahead and do that because you care so much and you're in a financial position to do so? It doesn't need to be a 5-star resort. But guess what? People that are actually homeless would do anything to be able to lay in a normal bed for a couple of nights.
I'm going to do what I can to help. So he's got a new pipe as well. And then, of course, a big jug of water. And I believe that is everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go check on him and hang out for a bit, get some footage, and yeah, I just want to let you guys know what's going on. I'm super excited.
So she uses the word footage again. Disgusting. You're not capturing Bigfoot. What is wrong with this girl? This is not something that you're putting out a spy camera to see what's walking through the woods at night. This is a person who has real feelings and a real identity. And you're taking footage of him? Ew.
It was the most fulfilling and just beautiful experience. Like, he couldn't believe that I was just sitting there talking with him. And the poor guy, he just kept saying, like, I'm just trying to think of more things to say. Because he didn't want me to leave. He loves companionship. Like, what person?
He loves companionship. Well, guess what? His dog is there for that. Nobody needs a disingenuous conversation with a fake Christian like Ronnie. I guarantee you this guy would have much rather had a couple nights in a hotel and to be left alone than to sit there and listen to her babbling bullshit.
On the streets, wouldn't want somebody to just smile at them and just hang out for a minute, have a conversation. I mean, he told me that was one of the worst things for me to hear, is when he told me that the hardest part about it is how he gets treated. How people look at him, the things that people say to him. And for him to sit down and just talk with somebody who doesn't think he's crazy, it meant everything to him. So, it really puts things into perspective. And I hope that this video will help you guys understand that these people on the streets that we may like turn our noses up to or just keep walking or pretend like we don't see, they are human beings just like we are. And they have...
Yes, they are human beings, and you're exploiting him for your own financial gain. Disgusting. This is disgusting. I cannot believe that she did this, especially to sit there and receive consent to take a photo. Of course, you want to take a photo of my dog? Take a photo of my dog. But I want to know if this man knows that his story was put all over YouTube and she is the one collecting the paycheck from it. That's what I would like to know.
Hearts, and they have minds, and they love, and they care, and they're human beings, man. Like, treat them as human beings. That is all I'm saying. Okay, I'm done ranting.
Who is out here like kicking homeless people? Is this something that I'm just extremely ignorant to? Because I get that, you know, you walk by a homeless person, you might not have money, you might not have anything on you that you can give. I get that happens. But who's out here just like literally abusing homeless people?
Okay, I'm done ranting. I'm gonna drink my protein shake and we're gonna go find Donald. That's his name, Donald. And his dog's name is Jojo. And yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna go see my friend. All right, mwah. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. All right, so I have been driving around for about 45 minutes now trying to find Donald. And I can't find him anywhere. I've gone northbound and southbound from the area that...
You notice she still drives with no seatbelt. You would think that, you know, hey, I actually am a repeat offender. How about I go ahead and bare minimum put on my seatbelt for my own safety? And she's sitting here like half the time she's holding her phone and vlogging and driving. And I get it, okay? Like I do car vlogs too, but I always wear my seatbelt no matter what, whether or not I'm doing anything. I always wear my seatbelt first and foremost. And secondly, my phone is mounted. I press record when I'm ready to, you know, pull out of my driveway or pull out of the parking spot that I'm in. And I hit stop when I'm done. She is completely reckless. I mean, it's just her entire existence is a mess. It's a mess. It's full of lies. It's exploitation. And this one specifically makes me sick to my stomach.
Is this him? Donald! I found him!
He's probably like, oh, this old crazy is back again. She done found me today. I think it's very funny how giddy she gets. Because she was driving around for a while looking for him. And she really wanted to use this guy's content. So if she wasn't able to locate him, then there would have gone her content. What an exploitive, just, ew. I really hate people like this, and I am trying to stay fair with my criticisms, but people who exploit are scum of the earth.
Huh? Now when he does that for, is he saying, look at me, how to play yo-yo. So I got a dog named Yo-Yo, and I named him my yo-yo. If you look at his face, if you get his face, that's just so unreal. You see the guy? There you go. That was smart. Hey, he's been to a lot of water. Ever since the operation.
Hi, Jojo. You getting some water?
Yeah, I think with his new girlfriend, yeah.
Oh.
He's missing his face. Look, drop it. Drop it.
I know. I like how he just puts his paw over it.
I seen him get on the board, pedal it, go down, and then make a really short back turn real fast.
Really?
Get out of the field, get it.
That's cool. You're a cool dog, Jojo.
Yeah, you know, now he's getting old. I don't practice as much with him as, I never did really practice him, but I used to.
Dog probably shouldn't be eating the longboard, but, you know, this guy, I want to know, did he know that he was being filmed? Did he know that this was being filmed to be put on YouTube? Monetized to be put on YouTube so that she could collect a paycheck.
To get out there a little bit more,
Yeah.
and, you know, let him practice on the board. I mean, see, but what I like about my life, every morning, or every day, 2 or 3 times a day, one time a day, I can make 100 people smile within 30 minutes. You know, I mean, that's what I like about, you know, going back to the water. But yeah, you know, I mean, that's what I like about this. You know? Everybody that sit there and looks, you know, I kind of like, you know, when the dog does this thing, it's kind of like they forget about. I'm sitting down there with the sign, with the hungry sign.
Yeah.
You know, I become more human too.
Yeah.
You know, unbelievable.
Hey, watermelons, I'm back. I know it's getting dark and the quality of this clip is not very good. I'm sorry. I'm on my way back to Donald right now. We will be back if I find him.
If she doesn't stop with the hey watermelons, I'm gonna pull my fucking eyelashes out. Seriously, I get it. Y'all are probably laughing right now, but the fucking watermelons thing is like pouring acid into my eardrums. It's so fake. It's so childish. It's like a pipsqueak little fake. It really, really grinds my gears, as you guys can tell. And usually I don't get that fired up, but in between her being this false prophet, white savior, exploiting anything that she gets her hands on, I've had I'm just about fed up with her.
How my trunk looks like. It's literally just a laundry basket. I got some stuff shoved back there. There's my lunch box, and I just pull my laundry out of here, whatever I don't keep in my back seat, like outside that window, my back windshield. So, what was I doing? Oh, I have this hoodie. It's like double XL, or it's extra large, so I know it'll fit him. So we're gonna give that to him. It's a nice, really nice thick hoodie. And because it has the logo of my old job on there, I don't really need to be
Sorry, I had
wearing
my
it anymore.
mic put down, so if that last clip sounded a little bit wonky, that's why. But her trunk situation is very interesting to me. So she has a laundry basket, she has a cooler. This to me does not look like a trunk that someone is living out of their car is utilizing. And I know that her back seat isn't full of stuff. To me, this just, considering that she has so many different shirts, that she's never wearing the same thing twice, and she has so many tank tops and all of this kind of stuff, and all the crap that she buys at Target, where's it all being stored? That's what I want to know. That's the question of the day. Where is everything being stored? Because this trunk is not one that someone is living out of their car is utilizing.
So mad at myself. I got some footage, a little bit, but not what I wanted to get. There were so many.
She keeps calling it footage. If she calls it footage again, I am gonna go ballistic. You're not filming a UFO, Ronnie. This is a person. Remember, he has feelings and a heart and a soul and is really down and out on his luck. And you not only exploited his story, based on what I know, he did not give you permission to put a monetized video out onto YouTube, showing everybody where he lives and where he resides and what his dog's name is and what he looks like. But you're calling what you're filming footage.
Amazing moments and so many things that were said that I wish I would have gotten recorded. I thought I was recording, and then when I looked at my phone afterwards, I was like, are you serious? And I know to a lot of people it's like, well, if it's not recorded, did it even happen?
Most people that are doing things out of the kindness of their hearts because they want to have a good conversation with someone who needs someone to talk to, they're not worried about recording it. They're not worried about taking a photo. They're not worried about taking a voice memo. They're worried about being present in that moment because that other person needs their undivided attention. But instead, what does she have on her mind? Content. How can I make my video longer? How can I add to this vlog where I'm going to exploit this poor homeless man? Guess what? People wouldn't have that stance of, if you didn't record it, it didn't happen. If you hadn't broken trust with the entire internet months ago. She could have shared some of this man's story, blurred his face out, and not used it for this comeback video for her to make it appear like she's a savior.
Those moments will be in my heart forever. When I gave him the hoodie, his reaction was just priceless. He was like, oh man, he's like, I just got out of the shower and I'm cold and this thing is so thick and warm. And he was just like so excited that he had a nice thick warm jacket. I was so glad that I had that still, because like every time I go to the laundromat, I leave clothes behind. I'll just like put them in a bag and I'll put like free clothes, God bless, whatever. Because a lot of homeless people will go in there and like.
Why would she have an extra large hoodie from her previous company? Because if that's something that you're wearing or buying because you work at that company, then you would think that it would be in your size. And I get it. Some people size up in hoodies. Like sometimes I'll do a medium, just kind of depending, but an extra large. Was it even her hoodie? That's what I'm wondering. If you want to genuinely help someone in this situation, much more could be done based on the amount of income that this chick has made off of this entire word homeless. How about this? Show the AdSense after this video has been up for, 10 to 15 days. Show the AdSense that you make off of this, Ronnie, and go withdraw that cash from your bank account and go give it to Donald. That's a good idea. And use some of it, maybe pay for a couple nights in a hotel and give the rest to him. This reminds me of when Brittany Dawn and her slimeball husband exploited that homeless man James for content. What is this? Where do these people come from where they literally think that it's okay to exploit homeless people for their own clicks and views? It's disgusting.
Not of a typical person, I'll tell you that. This man has been through so much from, Jesus, he's been shot at, he's been robbed, he's been hit by a car. Actually, just, I think it was like a week ago is what he said, that he got hit, him and his dog, and they went flying in the air, and he's still recovering. His shoulder is like sore, and I'm like blown away that this man is still alive after everything he's gone through. I charged up his phone.
Okay, I'm done. I can't with this chick anymore. Literally trying to say that the dog and the man got hit by a car that went flying up in the air, which is super dramatic. And both of them are just walking around fine today, even though they got hit by a car and flew up in the air. She's a grifter. She's a liar. I don't think she can stop lying because I think that that's all that she knows. I did notice the small shave spot on JoJo. And here's the thing. Most homeless people cannot afford to have work done on their dogs. So I'm not sure why JoJo had that shave spot. No clue. But this entire video is full of greediness, exploitation, self-centered, trying to return to YouTube and appease people that might come across this video. And this guy is not going to see a penny from the AdSense of this video. So my final thoughts on this would be, Ronnie, if you or any of your little water felons are watching this video, here's my unsolicited advice. Like I said, go into your YouTube studio after 2 weeks of this video being up, show how much you have made off of it, and go give the amount to the man after paying for 3 or 4 nights in a hotel. Give the balance to him. Even, hey, stock the fridge with some food and stuff, because she will make a decent amount of money off of this and still be able to put him in a hotel for a couple of nights, minimum. So I don't like this. I think it's disgusting. And I actually hope that he finds out that this was monetized on YouTube, and I hope that he sends her a takedown notice. Because nobody should have their story used for someone else's financial gain in this way when you are literally living on the streets. This man is living on the streets. He did not, to my knowledge, give her proper consent to film all of this, all these clips and stuff, and use it for her financial gain. And if he did give her permission, then there needs to be some kind of proof given, because again, I don't believe a word the girl says. So either way, I know you guys wanted my reaction on this. I'm disgusted. I am pissed off, and I am completely over this entire situation. And I'm going to go woosah and unwind for a couple of minutes and continue filming. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.